Who's the toughest henchman in Evil Genius? And what happens when we spawn in 1,000 enemies for them to take down? Only one way to find out. First up, thank you to everybody who's already subscribed to the channel and those of you who haven't. Ooh, wow, look how nice that big red subscribe button looks. Wonder what happens when you click it. And the bell too. Please click the bell. On to the serious business of the day. After our last Evil Genius video about cheats, we started wondering, could we use those codes to set up an ultimate battle for the game's henchmen and figure out who's the toughest of them all? Our first plan was to build a huge gladiatorial arena, lock the doors, then spawn in, say, 1 Red Ivan and 100 soldiers, and then just see what happens. Well, we got as far as building a giant room and furnishing it with nice paintings before hitting a bit of a snag. While you can spawn in friendly units like minions and henchmen on your cursor and thus control where you appear, forces of justice always parachute in or land via helicopter from outside the base. So you can't just create everyone in one big room, lock the doors and have at it. If you wanted to house this spectacular battle indoors, you'd have to coax in every soldier by filling the indoor space with suspicious things like high-level doors or control rooms full of guns, but that seems against the spirit of this quick and dirty spawn-in battle arrangement. So instead we'll turn Evil Genius into Command and Conquer and hold the battle outdoors. We won't even build a base. First, we'll just start with 1 Red Ivan. He's iconic in Evil Genius as a damage dealer, and by damage dealer I mean he blows up everything he sees all the time and is basically a massive liability. With that bazooka in his hands, is he really the deadliest henchman or just a walking explosion? Let's find out as we pit him against 10 veteran soldiers. So, 1 Red Ivan couldn't best 10 veteran soldiers. Those are pretty tough enemies to be fair, and Ivan's AoE bazookas didn't do him much good outdoors where the soldiers could spread out. We'll need to adjust the stakes just a little bit to make this a proper battle then. So for round 2 we're spawning in 10 Red Ivans, just because, and 100 regular unaligned soldiers. These aren't trained up like the last lot, so maybe 10 Ivans working together can beat 10 times that number of foes this time. Good luck.
Locked and loaded.
Better Ivans, better. Although the soldiers do manage to down a few of them, there's always at least one active Ivan to keep the battle going while the others recover. And ultimately, the Red Army prevails. It took them a while though, didn't it? There's a right old cooldown time between those rockets, and even with a bit of micromanaging, Ivans aren't the most proactive bunch. It feels like there's room for improvement here. So, next to take on the challenge, it's Eli Barracuda. Certainly one of the best dressed henchmen, he's also pretty good with a pistol and takes a lot of damage before having to have a little nap. What can 10 of him do against 100 soldiers? Ten Elis take way less time to take out their 100 adversaries, even though a few of them went to protect Maximilian for long periods and thus aren't really doing much fighting. They require a lot less micromanagement to get the job done, and they tend to fall over less too. Ergo, Eli Barracuda is a better guard than Red Ivan, particularly in batches of 10. Who might be better than Eli Barracuda though? Well, it's a bit of a curveball, but Jubeis could be up to the task. Even though he's the starting henchman for Maximilian players, this guy's absolutely lethal with that sword and very mobile too. How quickly can 10 of him cut down 100 soldiers? Here we go, this is it. Oh my goodness. Jubeis, you absolute monster. There's barely time to blink before the 10-strong team cuts down 100 soldiers dotted all around the map, and they don't even seem to take much damage while they're at it. They're much quicker than the team of Eli Barracudas, and frankly, they make the 10 Red Ivans from earlier look like a gaggle of unruly children on a school trip. They need almost no micromanagement to do the job, and they look pretty cool doing it too. Except, well, it's just a thought. I mean, you could end the video here and it'd be a satisfying conclusion, wouldn't it? Turns out, Jubeis awesome, job done. Only, what would happen if 10 Jubeis, 10 Eli Barracudas, and 10 Red Ivans took on
1,000 soldiers?
Well, frankly, this is just carnage. The game was never really designed to have to handle 1,000 soldiers at once, so they all just keep arriving one by helicopter. The Ivans are the first to be downed and dazed, either taking a little lie down in the middle of the battlefield or standing useless with a yellow indicator under them until they recover. The Elis fare better, making use of those deadly pistols and taking out quite a few invading troops, but eventually even they take a bit too much damage and have to go into recovery for a bit. The Jubeis, though, are unfazed. They dash from one cluster of soldiers to the next, unleashing whirlwind blades on all who stand in their way. What absolute legends. After a while, I do speed up the process a bit by deploying tactical airstrikes, because it really does take quite some time to kill 1,000 soldiers. But eventually, victory is ours. Well, I think we all learned something valuable here, didn't we? And it's that... No, okay, we didn't learn anything valuable here at all, but it's just brilliant watching lots of tiny men smash into each other in Evil Genius, isn't it? For more like this, including videos with actual information and tips in them, subscribe to Rebellion and hit the notification bell. We make new videos every week, don't you know? We love a thumbs up, so give us one of those if you enjoyed what you saw, and of course, tell us which battle you'd like to see next in Evil Genius in the comments below. Until next time, surround yourself with Jubeis.